Could the UK's first big post-Brexit trade deal be with Australia? It's now looking increasingly likely after some fierce disagreements within the cabinet last week. On one side, Trade Secretary Liz Truss and Europe Minister Lord Frost wanted the UK to make a generous offer to Australia. On the other, Environment Secretary George Eustice and Cabinet Office Minister Michael Gove worried about what the deal could mean for British farmers. So why did this row come about? Well, it all comes down to tariffs. That's the tax you pay when you import a good. The Australian government expects the UK to get rid of its tariffs on Australian farm products if it wants a free trade deal. That's good for Australian farmers wanting to sell into the UK, and possibly good for UK consumers, who could get cheaper food and more choice. But it wouldn't be good for British farmers, who might find themselves outcompeted. This could hamper efforts to make British farming more environmentally friendly. The deal could also be bad for UK-wide relations. It wouldn't be popular in Scotland and Wales, where farming is a much larger part of the economy than it is in England. That's why the Secretaries of State for Scotland and Wales also seem to have opposed the deal. So what should the government do about it? The government's problem is that almost 5 years on from the creation of the Department for International Trade, it's still not completely sure what it wants out of an international trade policy. Does it want to strike as many deals as possible? Does it want to use trade policy to achieve other objectives, such as higher standards of animal welfare or action on climate change? It isn't clear. And the answer is both simple and complicated. The government needs to settle on trade policy. Back in 2017, the IFG put out a paper which called for the government to publish a formal trade strategy, precisely so that these decisions wouldn't have to be taken now, with only weeks to go before that deal with Australia is supposed to be done.